Yes, Naledi, very warm good morning to you as well, and indeed devastating. I'm going to step out of shot for just a second so that you can see exactly what's taking place here at Phola Park today. Behind us you'll see that the heavy equipment, the machinery have been brought in. We know that disaster risk management as well as humanitarian aid organisation, the Gift of the Givers, is indeed on site at the moment. Lots of what you're seeing right now is of course the rubble, the debris caused by that fire, many of the iron sheeting of the informal structures that's being cleared at the moment. And of course, Naledi, if I can tell you, I don't know if you can gauge that it is quite windy again in Cape Town today. Yesterday the winds were practically over 30, almost 40 kilometers an hour. But just to explain to us what indeed did take place, I have a community spokesperson here with me, Teenage Mtiana. Teenage, good morning to you. The second devastating fire in Phola Park in the same week. Tell us a bit about how this fire started yesterday. We understand that it happened late in the afternoon.
Really, it's a problem to us. It started in the afternoon around 2 o'clock. Hence, we say sorry to the residents that got hit with the fire. It started around 2 o'clock, and as you know, the wind of Cape Town, it was very strong at the same time. But firefighters managed to salvage us. Otherwise, the damage supposed to be more.
Now, we know that sadly on New Year's Day, one resident lost their lives in this fire. Have there been any people injured or reports of injuries that came through since yesterday afternoon?
According to our information and the verification, there's no one that passed away due to this fire of yesterday, but there's two that were badly injured, but doing well according to information in the hospital.
Now we see Teenage at the moment behind us. The tractors are in there, busy clearing the site here. Can you tell us about how many structures actually burnt and how many people have been affected? Where are they staying at the moment?
We verified, we managed to see that it's all in all, it's 75 structures that are managed to be affected, and they are all down. It's around about 200 people that are affected. And our worst problem is that we, as you know, in the first, we had other disaster. Now it's adding more. And so long people are scattered all over the neighbors and others and the families. We do have a community hall that is nearby. The few are stationed in the community hall.
Teenage, we're going to say thank you just for that brief moment. We'll speak to you again just now. Of course, Teenage Mtiane, a community leader here in Phola Park, where at the moment registration is still taking place to ascertain the exact number of people left affected, as well as those who've lost their homes. The initial estimate at this point is that 75 structures have indeed been razed, and I'll step out of shot just once again so that behind me you can see what is left of this devastating fire, the second one to have hit the Phola Park informal settlement, and around you'll still see community members that are assisting or trying to assist those that have been left homeless after this fire.
Vanessa, I can certainly see the community members wanting to clear up the debris and really assist those that have been impacted by the fire. What then of the presence of officials, of local government officials, emergency officials that you know, one would hope are there to assist the community?
Yes, indeed, they are on site at the moment. You'll see, of course, that the very clearing of the debris is taking place by the local authorities. And also we do know that there are authorities on hand to assist with the registration of those that have been displaced. Now, I can also tell you that I've mentioned early on, humanitarian aid is coming through. When we pulled up here at Phola Park a short while ago, we saw the very well-known green truck of the Gift of the Givers, and we'll catch up with them a little later on. They have been on site yesterday as well. Spoke to the spokesperson a short while ago, Ali Sablaid. He was telling us that they were still in the area with humanitarian aid efforts following the disastrous fire which took place on New Year's Day. Not just here, but also it was quite a dark weekend for communities in Dunoon as well. There was a fire. So far, we estimate that over 1,000 people have, over this past week, been displaced due to this fires. And of course, the one resident here from Phola Park on New Year's Day that unfortunately passed away in this fire. But we'll keep you updated for the rest of the day as we monitor what's taking place here behind us at Phola Park, and also to ascertain from authorities when exactly the area will be declared safe. I know that usually residents from informal settlements are loath to leave their possessions or to leave the site. We heard from the community leader just now that a community hall has been made available. So we will definitely check with authorities and those on the ground to ascertain which families have indeed taken up the offer of shelter at the community hall, and also, like we've heard Teenage telling us that a number of people have decided to stay with friends and relatives while the clearing up process takes place here behind me.
Yeah.